When Carmella was the very last pick in the 2016 WWE Draft, who would have thought that she would eventually become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank? The self-proclaimed Princess of Staten Island has made her stamp on WWE in her limited time with the company. That's not bad for a woman who has only been wrestling for a few years. So how did Carmella get to the point where she can cash in and fight for the Smackdown Women's title anytime she pleases? Here is Wrestling Origins Carmella. The woman who would become known to fans as Carmella was born Leah Vandell on October 23rd of 1987. Though she is billed as the Princess of Staten Island, she was actually born in Worcester, Massachusetts, and then grew up in the small town of Spencer just outside. From the beginning, wrestling was in her blood. Her father is Paul Vandell, who is in addition to wrestling independently, Vandell wrestled as a jobber in WWE on a few occasions. His first match he wrestled as Paul Vandell was a loss to Big Boss Man in 1988. He would wrestle twice on Raw, once losing to Jimmy Snuka, and one time tagging with Tony DeVito to lose to Diesel and Shawn Michaels. Overall, Vandell posted an 0-11 record in the WWE, so his daughter has certainly surpassed him there. Carmella grew up as a fan of Miss Elizabeth and Trish Stratus, and went to college at the University of Rhode Island. She would transfer to the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, graduating with a degree in marketing. After finishing college, Carmella became a cheerleader for the New England Patriots, a role she performed for 3 seasons ending in 2010. She then moved across the country to audition to be a dancer for the Los Angeles Lakers. Carmella succeeded and was a Laker girl from 2010 through 2011. Additionally, she is a certified personal trainer and fitness instructor and has worked as a model. In June of 2013, Carmella signed a contract with WWE, joining their performance center and being trained by Sarah Amato. In September, she was sent to NXT, and in December, the former Leah Vandell was officially christened Carmella with the WWE Universe. However, it would be a while before she first made an appearance on TV. Carmella made her debut on September 4th of 2014, but not in the right. Instead, she played a hairdresser in a sketch involving Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, who these days we all know as Big Cass. Enzo and Cass accidentally made Carmella's clients go bald, and 2 weeks later she showed up at NXT to tell the two Jersey boys that she had lost her job because of them, and angrily demanded they get her a job in WWE. Working as a heel, and her Staten Island personality already established, she made her in-ring debut on October 16th, against an enhancement talent dubbed Blue Pants.
See what Carmella has. We've seen her training the last couple of weeks at the WWE Performance Center.
Alex, is that enough time to be prepared to actually have a match?
I don't think so. I mean, you can't learn everything you need to know to get inside a WWE ring in a couple weeks. Whoa!
Blue Pants would go on to have a run in NXT herself, but first she suffered a couple losses at the hands of Carmella. In addition to her wrestling, Carmella managed Enzo and Big Cass, getting involved in their feud with Blake and Murphy, which turned them face in the process. This also put her into a direct conflict with Alexa Bliss, manager of Blake and Murphy at the time, and Bliss defeated Carmella in a match, and would also attack Carmella at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable, which indirectly led to Blake and Murphy beating Enzo and Cass in an NXT Tag Team match. Following that, Carmella feuded with Eva Marie, losing to her on a couple occasions. Finally, in January of 2016, Carmella would get her first real push in NXT. She won a Battle Royal to become #1 contender to Bayley's NXT Women's title. Carmella would lose on a February episode of NXT, and then she would end up tagging with Bayley to take on Eva Marie and Nia Jax. Once again, Carmella would take the loss. Carmella would make an appearance on a WWE show for the first time in March, accompanying Enzo and Big Cass for their NXT Championship bout against the Revival at Roadblock. She had one more opportunity to become the top contender for the NXT Women's title, now held by Asuka, but lost to Nia Jax. In her final NXT match, she teamed with Liv Morgan and Nikki Glencross to beat Bliss, Mandy Rose, and Daria Baronato in a 6-woman tag team match. As previously noted, Carmella was the 59th and final selection in the 2016 WWE Draft, going to Smackdown Live. She debuted on July 26th of 2016 as a face, declaring herself the Princess of Staten Island while rapping and moonwalking. Her persona was largely the same as it is as a heel, but fans were supposed to like her and her fabulous aesthetic. Carmella had her first match on the main roster August 9th against Natalya, earning the victory with her Code of Silence finisher. At SummerSlam, Carmella, still a face, would team with Becky Lynch and Naomi to take on Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and the returning Nikki Bella. Bella would pin Carmella to win the match. This would lead to Carmella attacking Bella on Smackdown Live, which would turn her heel in the process. their feud was interrupted for a six-pack challenge to declare the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. Carmella and Lynch would be the final two, but Becky would make her submit to the disarmer. Following that, Carmella and Bella went back to their feud. Carmella claimed that all of Nikki's success came from the fact that she was in a relationship with John Cena. She also began using a move called the Mella Buster, a parody of Nikki's Bella Buster, to further antagonize her. Bella was supposed to be the captain of SmackDown's Women's Survivor Series team, but was assaulted by a mystery attacker. The attacker was presumed to be Carmella, which led to a no disqualification match at tables, ladders, and chairs. Carmella would lose this match, and then it was revealed that the attacker was Natalya the whole time, which ended the feud between Bella and Carmella. Left without a feud or storyline, Carmella began aligning herself with James Ellsworth. It seemed that Carmella was leading Ellsworth along to get her to do his bidding, and he began dressing in a more hip-hop fashion in the process. Ellsworth began interfering in Carmella's matches, helping her earn victories. This came to head when the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match took place. Ellsworth would interfere, knocking Lynch off a ladder and climbing the ladder himself to grab the briefcase. He then dropped it to Carmella, who was declared the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. This result was controversial both within the kayfabe world and the real world. Fans were annoyed that the first ever Money in the Bank match involving women was effectively won by a man. The women of SmackDown were also aggrieved by this fact, and despite Carmella's protestations, General Manager Daniel Bryan stripped her of her briefcase and declared a rematch. Ellsworth tried to interfere again, but this time Lynch got the best of him. However, Carmella was able to grab the briefcase herself, definitely becoming Miss Money in the Bank for good. Unfortunately for the Princess of Staten Island, Ellsworth has kept Carmella from cashing in her briefcase successfully on a couple occasions. This led to Carmella beginning to walk Ellsworth around on a leash, treating him like a dog while Ellsworth wore an "anything for Carmella" shirt. Things took another turn when Ellsworth had an intergender match with Lynch, saying a lot of sexist things and taking the loss via submission. Afterward, Carmella superkicked Ellsworth, putting their relationship in jeopardy. Whether she's wearing leopard print tights or her Miss Money in the Bank leotard, Carmella has come a long way from being a hairdresser who got fired thanks to Enzo and Cass. It took her a while to find her success in the ring, but in time she's going to cash in the briefcase and presumably become champion, either by delivering her super kick finisher or her Code of Silence figure 4 head scissors submission. The Princess of Staten Island has taken her career to the next level. Outside the ring, Carmella is actually a huge fan of Broadway musicals and knows all the words to every song from Chicago. Meanwhile, her connection to the defunct team of Enzo and Cass extend beyond the ring. She and Big Cass have been dating for a while.
You know, so I'll ask you a question, Cass.
What's that?
Who's your Valentine?
Ooh, Carmella, of course.
How you doing?
How you doing?
It's good.
Paul Van Dale may have once been part of a tag team that lost to Jacob and Eli Blue, but his daughter has found a lot of glory in the WWE. Carmella, the last pick in the 2016 WWE Draft, has brought her fabulous attitude to SmackDown Live, becoming the first ever Miss Money in the Bank, and has really set herself up for a bright future. Thanks for watching. For more videos on Carmella and many other WWE superstars, please subscribe to the Wrestling Hub channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're having an amazing day, and as always, I'll see you later with more wrestling videos.